Hi, I'm Clay Reed from Axis Construction. Today we're going to do a quick review on the Dewalt demo saw. I will go through some of the quick features. I've seen a few online demos. Now I can speak from experience. We've had this for about 2 months and we use it on job sites every day. Everything from concrete to wall demolition. We cut through steel with it and we're actually still on the first blade. I have not replaced the blade, so I'm kind of impressed with that. So quickly, it's a 9 amp 60 volt battery, which there are different batteries that you can get with this. Typically it's the 6 amp. I was surprised that we got the 9 amp battery, but comes standard with it. So inside you have the case here, which let me show you while we're inside. Here's the tool for replacing the blade if you need to. I've got my gloves on. Just a quick note, anytime you're using rotary tools, you should not use gloves. I tend to, just because my hands get battered with concrete every day. I need to keep them pretty. So inside, it's real simple. You take your battery, you load it here. Once you've got it in, you close it, and the box is actually waterproof, so you don't have to worry about water, dirt, anything getting inside of there. Also, a great feature of this saw is that you've got the water that you can hook up to it. Now let me show you a trick that we figured out. When you hook the water up, it's awkward, it's sort of a pain to try and screw it on while it's in there. What's great about this saw is you can remove it, just like it's a hydraulic connection. The way I found easiest to do it, is you screw it on here. Once you've got it on, you click it in place and you're ready to go. Once you turn your water on, it's really easy. Once you turn it on from the faucet, here you've got your valve where you can turn the water on a lot, a little, however much you want to. So today, just to give you an idea, we are going to cut, let's see what this works out to. It's about, Leo, hold that tape there real quick. Looking at about 17 and a half lineal feet of concrete. Now this is a driveway, so as you can see here, we're gonna make our score right along here. From experience, I can tell you this concrete is at least 6 inches deep, probably deeper, probably closer to 8 or 10 inches. Now on the Dewalt demo saw, the salesman's numbers are that you can cut 3 1/4 inch deep concrete with that. From what I've seen from my experience using that over the last couple of months, you actually can just about get it 3 1/4 inches deep. Now here's the difference though. You can do it, but typically you want to do it on a couple of passes. If you try and do it on one pass, another feature which you'll see right here is the load indicator. That's a light that'll start flashing when you've got the motor under a lot of load. So I like to go one pass about half depth and then another pass for the rest of it. You know, it all depends on what you want to do. I'm assuming just the way motors work, if you constantly have this thing under maximum load, you're probably going to eventually burn it out. And this saw is about $850 plus tax. And that includes a battery, a charger, it's the 9 amp battery, and the saw itself. How long this demo saw will last, I have no idea. It's been pretty good so far, but from what I can tell, this is where the saw really shines, is when you have a small amount of work that you need to do and you don't have access to power, you don't readily have access to power, or you don't want to drag the cord around with you, anything like that, and you don't want to use a gas-powered saw. This one, it can cut and it does the job extremely well. The only thing is with this battery, you've got limited run time on it. So again, the deeper you cut, the more you're gonna eat up that battery time. So we'll start cutting and I'll let you know how far we get on a fully charged 9 amp battery. Okay, before we start here, let me show you another couple of quick features. Your guard here is controlled with this switch, and here you can pull this back depending on how you're going to be cutting. If you're going to cut a wall straight up and down, you're going to demo into some masonry, cut some steel, whatever it is, this is the position you want your guard. Since I'm going to be standing over it, cutting it down, I'm gonna move it to a more of a forward position so that as I saw, it'll protect me from anything flying up in my face. So we're about to start here, and again, we've got the water hooked up. Turn it on, there you see it, we're ready to go. Now, I just wanted to stop to show you real quick. That's the load indicator. That tells you that there's a lot of load on that blade and it's really starting to slow it down. So for me, anytime I see that load indicator, I ease up, and that way that I know that the blade and the motor are not under too much pressure. If I have to come back and cut again, which I certainly will in this case, that's fine. It's gonna save the saw itself. It's not gonna be as much wear and tear. It'll allow it to last longer. And eventually I'll actually end up cutting the concrete a lot quicker, because even though I have to go 2 or 3 times on the pass, it will take me a lot less time each pass. Now, if you'll notice, I did not stop that. That automatically stopped it, which is another feature. So if there's too much load on the motor, on the saw, on the blade, it's going to automatically stop it for you, which can get a bit annoying. But again, in the end, it saves your saw, saves your blade, and it's going to help you in the long run. Okay, so we just finished our first pass. We went about anywhere between 1.5 inches to 2 inches deep on this first pass. And as you'll see, we're down to 1 bar on this battery. So So we got through the entire thing. We'll call it 18 feet. Took 3 batteries. And I'm sure if I look here, as you can see, we're on the last bar, but it's pretty much dead. So just to recap, whether or not this is a good tool for you, I don't know. I can't tell you. I can tell you this. If you are cutting 80, 100, 200 feet of 3, 4, 5 inch concrete in one run, this is not the tool for you. It's not going to be efficient at all. It would take you forever to do it. If you are using this tool for occasional cuts, you need to cut through steel, you need to cut through concrete, you don't have easy access to power, and you want something lightweight, easy to lug around, and again, you're not making a whole lot of cuts, this is not something that you're going to use as your main tool for the day, this will probably work for you. One thing I would add, which I don't know, to be honest, if Dewalt has this feature, I haven't looked, but right here, a lot of you who have used concrete saws that are gas powered, typically they have wheels there, so it's a lot easier to control it when you cut it. I would like to see them add some wheels. I'll check to see if there's an option to buy them. If not, I will probably make them. I'll make a fitting so that I can just weld them on there. But again, probably not something you need with the limited amount of run time that you have on this. And even if you have a bunch of batteries that you can use, it's not something that you want to keep switching the batteries out every, we'll call it 5 or 6 feet. So this was, we said 17 and a half, 18 feet. So 18 feet, 3 batteries. We went to the full depth, 3.25 inch. So we'll just say per battery, per 9 amp battery, you can go about 6 feet on a full lineal cut of concrete, 3.25 inches deep. So don't know if that helps. If it does, appreciate it. Click like below and let me know.